Hey everyone, let's start studying circular cylindrical coordinates. Yes, we are studying cylindrical coordinates. Well, what are cylindrical coordinates? Well, you have heard about Cartesian coordinates in your 12th, 11th, 12th grade, and even when you were smaller at school, you used to study about them. Remember your graph papers you used to use and used to study about Cartesian coordinate with x, y, and z coordinates? Well, cylindrical coordinates basically deals with a three-dimensional picture. XYZ also deals with a three-dimensional picture, but it's basically you can see the corner of your room and you can say one corner is x, the floor you can take the floor as y and z coordinates. Yeah, but why do we use this circular coordinates when we have our Cartesian coordinates? The reason being that not all surfaces are plane. There are conical surfaces, there are spherical surfaces, there are cylindrical surfaces, there are many different kinds of surfaces. That's why for such surfaces, to address them, we can't just define Cartesian coordinates. We need other type of coordinates like cylindrical coordinates, spherical coordinates, like that. So this is basically to define such sort of symmetrical surfaces. Okay, so you can imagine a cylinder for this. Well, I'll draw the same XYZ so that it's clear more. Let me put it over here Y. This is Z. This is X. Okay, all right. Okay, now I can do one thing. What can I do? In this XYZ, I'll try to show you how can you define your cylindrical coordinates. For that, let me draw a cylinder that is just cut towards this portion, just this front cut. Let me show just the front cut of the cylinder. Well, if you have a cylinder with you, then you can just pick it up and try to imagine this portion, or you can put it at the corner of your wall, this cylinder, and try to picturize this portion, just this portion. Okay, and suppose I consider a point on the cylinder here. Okay, and in my XYZ coordinates, so I'll say it's XYZ, but for this we define rho, phi, and z. What are these rho, phi, z? Let me tell you. Well, z is the same. It basically is the height of the cylinder. Well, if you have a bottle with you, take it to the corner of the room and place it at the bottom of the floor. And imagine the floor to be x and y coordinates. Okay? And this being this surface being the bottom of the cylinder. Okay, and over here I have considered a point over here. Let me try to find out what is rho, phi, and z over here. Okay, so basically, if from here I take this up to this point and project it downwards on my xy axis, then what is it that I'm gonna get? This point I got to here. Okay, so basically you can say from here to this point, this is rho. Well, this you can say is the radius of the cylinder, but not completely. Like you can say rho varies from 0 up to the radius of the cylinder, whatever your radius of the cylinder is. Maybe you have got an infinite cylinder, so you can say that rho varies from 0 to infinity, whatever the size of your cylinder is. Okay, basically you must be holding a bottle in your hands, so its radius must be limited. So instead of infinity, its limit will be up to the radius. Okay, and then next thing that we define is what is phi. Okay, phi basically is the angle. is the angle that we make from the x-axis up to my row. Okay, up to my row. This is phi. Just remember this, that from x-axis we are starting to measure this phi. Then again, now since you are holding the cylinder in your hands, you know that this phi will start from here and move completely one rotation. So basically, if I have to define the limits of phi, it will vary from 0, that is over here. It will vary from 0. 0 basically I say this point, and then it will move a complete 360 degree. So its other limit is 2 pi. Well, basically we write like this. Okay, then next, what can be the height of your cylinder? Well, the height of your cylinder is along z axis. You can see this. This is the height of your axis. Okay, this is z. Okay, this is z. So z again can vary. You have a limited height cylinder, yeah. So but my cylinder can vary from 0 to whatever the height is. It can even go up to infinite. So my range will be, okay, this is the base. If I have the cylinder downwards too, then I can say it varies from minus infinity to plus infinity, whatever the height of the cylinder it is. Okay, so basically this, you know, in Cartesian coordinates also we have defined x, y and z that varies from minus infinity to plus infinity. This is the same. Just that you remember about the radius of the cylinder, that you can vary from 0 up to infinite, and this is phi, that is angle starting from x-axis. Yeah, so from x-axis which we start, that we say as 0 degrees, and we can move one complete rotation, and that is up to 2 pi. Okay, so this is the limit of this cylindrical coordinate phi. Okay, okay. Then next, what is it that we need to define? Yeah, I must say, what is the vector? In Cartesian coordinate, I'll say my vector, suppose this is vector f. This is ax cap plus ay cap plus az cap. Yes, these being the unit vector in xyz direction. Okay, but in this case, how will I define my vector? It will be defined as, this point is rho phi z. So it will be defined as a rho cap plus a phi cap plus az cap. Okay, now the question is, what is the direction of this a rho cap, a phi cap and az cap? Okay, so basically, as you know, this a rho is coming in this direction. So my unit vector is also in this direction. This is completely straightforward. My z axis is upwards. Okay, a z cap. Cool. But what about this a phi cap? What is this? Well, basically, as you can see that, let me change the color. Okay, as you can see, suppose I have to move about phi, then I actually am moving over here. From here I started, from x-axis I started, and I'm moving towards this direction. Okay, I'm moving in this direction. So basically you can say it's moving in counterclockwise direction. So I will take the tangent to this, and I'll say it's a phi cap. As you have seen in a circular sector, so this is like this rho, this is suppose d phi, then I'll say this is rho d phi. So basically I'm moving in this direction. Okay, so this is what I've defined over here, a phi cap, and these three are obviously perpendicular to each other. That is a rho cap, a phi cap, and a z cap. Okay. Okay, for this lecture, we'll study this much, and in the next lecture, I'll also tell you how to convert cylindrical into Cartesian and vice versa. Okay, and I also define rho, phi, z for you guys. Okay, thank you.